What up, guys? James from Bolt Bros here. I'm going to give you all the Week 16 NFL action right now. Full recap of all the games. Christmas week, no bye weeks. Let's get into it. Rams beat the Saints 30-22. Rams have now won 4 of their last 5 games and keep pace to find a way to the playoffs. 2 games left for the season. It's a race to the end, isn't it? In the last 5 games, the Rams are leading the NFL in scoring with 32.4 points per game. That is huge. That has been the big change for the Rams. The Rams could be a sneaky good team if they get into the playoffs. Watch out, guys. And by the way, what was Dennis Allen thinking going for an onside kick with just being down 1 score? Wow, what a mess. Maybe desperate? I don't know. Steelers beat the Bengals 34-11. Surprise! Steelers scored 34 points. Wow, first time the Steelers have scored over 30 since November 21st of 2021. It's been a hot minute for them. Just imagine what this team could be if they could ever find a mid-tier offense in points scored per game. Big win for the Steelers to keep pace for the playoffs. Bills beat the Chargers 24-22 in a very entertaining game. We for sure had the Bills shook there for a bit, and it made it tough for them to win. I didn't expect the Chargers to play that well, and finally seemed like they had some juice on that team for once. Look at some of the comments from some of the posts from that game. A lot of Bills fans kind of sound like some Chargers fans, kind of scared about how their team played. Shout out to Cameron Dicker with the golden leg. This dude has only missed 2 kicks in his career with a 96% field goal percentage. We got a kicker with Dicker. Let's go. And by the way, this video is hilarious for his Pro Bowl video. Funny. Social media team for the Chargers is undefeated. Jets beat the Commanders 30-28. Breece Hall was ballin'. 20 carries for 95 yards, 2 tutties, and 12 catches for 96 yards. Jets had a total of 164 yards on the ground, which should have been the strength for this team the entire season, but never seemed to be the focus for some reason. And by the way, where is Dalvin Cook on the Jets? Where did he go? Lions beat the Vikings 30-24. First time in 30 years, the Lions lock up and win the NFC North Division. It was 1993 when they last won the division, and the original Jurassic Park dominated the movie theater at that time. It's been a minute for the Lions, but really, is this how the Lions are going to be from this point on? This is really, truly brand new Lions. Let's go. Browns beat the Texans 36-22. Another player that was ballin' this week was Amari Cooper. 11 catches, 265 yards, and 2 tutties to set the Browns team record for yards in a game. Massive and a bad loss for the Texans playoff run. The Texans really need Offensive Rookie of the Year, CJ Stroud, to get back on this team to have a chance to the playoffs and potentially even win the division. Wild what's going on with that division. We'll talk about it. Packers beat the Panthers 33-30. Very entertaining game. Best game for Bryce Young, by the way, all year, but was not enough to get the W. Anders Carlson was the spoiler of the day for the Panthers to try to get this win and nailed the game-winning field goal to keep the Packers in the playoff race. Great game all around and very fun to see how this Packers team could be next year. But they got 2 games left. They might get to the playoffs. Who knows? Falcons beat the Colts 29-10. Big win for the Falcons. Somewhat of a shocker. Tyler Heineke came in for the Falcons as their quarterback and put up 29 points. Most points the Falcons have scored all year. Plus, the game plan was just to give the ball to Bijan Robinson. That's what it should have been. He was the leading receiver and rusher. Plus, the entire team had a total of 406 yards. On top of that, Younghoe Koo nailed 5 field goals and put up 18 points for the Dirty Birds. Dominant game for the Falcons. Keep them in the running for the playoffs and even the division with 2 games left. NFC South is kind of a mess. Buccaneers beat the Jaguars 30-12. Talk about an implosion of the Jaguars. Actually, a little cough here. Joking. Now, on a 4-game losing streak when the games matter most, on top of the 4 turnovers, the Jaguars kept giving the ball up. The Bucs defense stepped up big for this one and made the Jaguars look bad. Once again, Trevor Lawrence ain't 100%, but shout out to the Bucs keeping pace in the NFC South. Abysmal South, once again, kind of a mess division. And Jaguars, oh man, coughing. Oof. Dolphins beat the Cowboys 22-20. The Cowboys got a late 17-play drive in the fourth quarter to take the lead 20-19. Dolphins had to respond. and they got a 12-play, 3-minute and 27-second drive to set up the game-winning field goal by Jason Sanders. With the guns up celebration, little shot to the Cowboys there. Clutch drive by the Dolphins, and the Cowboys are now on a 2-game losing streak and starting to cowboy a little bit, guys. Buckle up, Cowboys fans. You're going to need a new TV when you're in the playoffs. Bears beat the Cardinals 27-16. Bears are now 4-2 in the last 6 games and seem to be figuring things out for Matt Eberflus. They certainly haven't quit on him yet, but did they save his job? Drip check on Kyler Murray here. Bro looking like he's about to go rollerblading and hit up a Korn concert after the game. He is for sure missing that chain wallet, though. What year is it, by the way? This outfit is giving me some 90s vibes. Patriots beat the Broncos 26-23. Shocker of a game and a massive blow to the Broncos' playoffs hopes. To be honest, silly for the Patriots to win to push them back a bit in the draft, but playing spoiler isn't a bad thing also. Broncos had losses to the Raiders, Commanders, Jets, and now the Patriots with a lead going into halftime. Yes, you don't win a game by leading for the first 30 minutes of a game. It's a 60-minute game plus. But scoring on average of 2.9 points in the third quarter of the season ain't helping anything. As a Chargers fan, we've seen this stat before with Joe Lombardi as an offensive coordinator, who's currently the offensive coordinator for the Broncos. Different city, same result now for the Broncos and Joe Lombardi. Seahawks beat the Titans 2017. Man, those Titans have been scrappy the last few weeks. With the last 2 drives for the Seahawks, they had to get touchdowns to keep pace to stay ahead in this game. Super Geno Smith was able to get 2 drives, one with 10 plays, 14 drives on the next one, ending in touchdowns to be able to take this win. Man, sometimes as Seahawks team, they figure things out, and sometimes they just blow it for some reason. Big win for the Seahawks to keep them in the playoff race. Let's get into the Christmas block of 3 games, and guess what? Santa brought me a new sweater for Christmas. Let's go. Raiders beat the Chiefs 20-14. Raiders went Ebenezer Scrooge and said, bah humbug, I'm not letting the Chiefs tradition of beating the Raiders continue. Chiefs seemed like a mess, an absolutely bad time to play this way when you're trying to lock up the division. Wild stat, Raiders didn't complete a pass after the first quarter. I have no idea how that is possible, but when Zamir White decided to have a 22-carry, 145-yard games, he took over the offense from there, and the defense did their job getting 2 defensive touchdowns. Big win for the Raiders, but still always FTR, family, trust, respect. Are the Raiders Hadouken right there? Is that even a real word? That Street Fighter thing? Hadouken! Eagles beat the Giants 33-25. We all wanted to find out if the Eagles are going to be naughty or nice for this game. And they really didn't make this one easy at all on themselves, especially with that pick 6 and that fumble with a short field to give the Giants a quick touchdown. 2 turnovers created 14 points for the Giants when their offense wasn't working with Chicken Cutlet Tommy DeVito. They brought in Tyrod Taylor. They got a late chance to try to find a way to get a touchdown with a 2-point conversion. Tyrod Taylor throws up a prayer in the end zone that led to an interception for the Eagles to clinch the win. Kind of suspect on the no call where an Eagles player shoved out a Giants receiver completely out of the screen. Suspect once again, but big win for the Eagles. Snaps a 3-game losing streak for them. Ravens beat the Niners 33-19 in what is a possible Super Bowl preview game. The Ravens were the Grinch and made the Niners look bad. Brock Purdy easily had his worst game of his career, throwing 4 picks, no touchdowns. Niners had a total of 5 interceptions this game. Wow, it was really bad. It was a big statement win for the Ravens, but keep in mind, they can meet in the Super Bowl, and the Niners could get revenge when it hurts the most on the highest stage. Let the season play out, guys. That's all your Week 16 NFL action for all the games. Kind of an extended week all around for games. Kind of fun to be able to see 3 games for Christmas Day. Tell me what your favorite game was, guys. And on to Week 17. Let's go.